Jim Salvis and a group of others, but you were there too, came to visit me and to talk about this project. And my job at that point was to go to BGS and to see if we could convince them to sort of fast track this. Because if it went out on a general kind of bidding situation, there could be a business here. There could be another bank here. God knows we have enough banks in West Chester. But what we were able to do is to get this building fast-tracked to become this cultural and art center. And in my hand is Senate Bill 827, which was introduced yesterday. Which, by the way, the Department of General Services wrote for us. So it's not, in other words, what happens to transfer a property is DGS has to agree, which makes sense because the state owns the property. And what we do is we ask them to write the legislation. We then put it to our own lawyers in the Senate, and then it's submitted. So 827, hopefully we'll get it through the Senate and on to the House and on to the governor's signature. So this indeed is good news. Well, one thing we want to mention, two things I want to mention about it. Not that I'm ever a loss for words. But the first is this. I want you to understand the history of this building. It goes back, Roy, to 19 what? Yeah. 1916. So it's been here a long time. And part of the arrangement with the state is that if the group that is absorbing it agreed to keep its historic facade, we get you a tremendous discount of the price. The price was originally about $950,000. With the discount, it'll be $760,000. So think about it for a second. Because of the good citizens who organized this, we now are keeping our historic structure. We're now keeping the facade, as we like to do in West Chester, and doing new things behind that facade. So we get the best of both worlds. So we keep our history, we keep the structure, we keep historic West Chester, and we have something new in town adding to our quality of life. And let me say something else. As this armory closes, and as a new armory opens this summer in Salisbury Township, or about Salisbury Township, we need to be very proud of these gentlemen and what they've done here since 1916. It was World War II, it was Korea, it was Vietnam, and it was even in Iraq, in Afghanistan. In fact, one reason they're moving is because of the strike report. This is one of the units across Pennsylvania that has the newest and most sophisticated tank units available, and they're moving so no longer to handle the size of those tanks. And in fact, most of this battalion right now is in Fort Dix. But I want to know one other thing that I didn't know until that this particular battalion goes back to the time of Benjamin Franklin. So that's something we're very proud of in West Chester. And the Historical Society across the street has a job here to keep that tradition alive and what we've done. And we want to get the best we can do. And thank BGS and Art Building and to do what we have to do. So I think that that's the main points. I'll just check. Nothing else other than Linda. You've done a super job with your team, and I know you want to tell us a little about what's planned here, and about we still have a lot of funds to raise. This is a joint state community enterprise. We're happy to get the structure, and I'm going to do my best to get any state funds I can get in here to assist you. That's my job. But the community has raised the money to purchase this, and the the community, along with anyone we can get, government, foundations. We'll take care of the rest.
As president of Uptown Entertainment Alliance, I want to thank all of you for coming out today. I want to start out with thanking Senator Dinniman and Don Bemasol from the office for really putting forth such a great effort in making this happen today. I also want to give special recognition to Jim Salvis, Richard May, Tony Stancato, and Tom McAvoy, officers of the board of Uptown Entertainment Alliance, as well as the steering committee and the other board members. This really couldn't be possible without the help of the community and the senator to make this happen. What was a dream 3 years ago with just a handful of us sitting around having cocktails on a summer evening is now becoming a reality, which is great. So our mission is to bring a theater into West Chester to not only enhance the cultural life, but to actually bring the community together and create a sense of belonging right here in the borough. So that will enrich our lives, it will carry on, and bring a great benefit to the citizens and surrounding neighbors, not only in the performing arts, but also film. It will provide an opportunity for people to gather and celebrate their weddings or their conventions. We will also be reaching out to all the performing arts organizations within Chester County and bringing them in under the Uptown Alliance to help promote their cause and give them a place to present their work, the arts. I also want to give a special thanks to the folks of National Guard, Major Mance and his staff. They have been amazingly cooperative in helping us look at the building, keeping it open. We are also having our gala, our annual gala that will be here next Saturday, where we're going to transform the Armory into a wonderful dance hall, where we're going to continue in raising funds, because this is only step one. Now that we have a home identified and we have secured funds to purchase it, the next phase is to renovate it and sustain it, because once we do all this hard work, we want to make sure that it stays in West Chester and it thrives, and the community thrives around it. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Richard May, who's going to talk a little bit about our plans and how we're going to raise that money. And the organization that so nicely has generously offered to support us in purchasing the money.
Thank you, Linda. Being married to a performer, I believe in a script. This is a really big deal for West Chester. Today, Senator Dinniman has made it possible for the Uptown Group to acquire a facility in downtown West Chester to its dream. And local stars are lining up as well to use this facility to show their stuff, to do what they do best, which is to perform and entertain. So not only will this venerable facility, after a century of use by the military, get a new life as a home for cinema, theater, and art, but our local artists, musicians, dancers, and performers of all sorts will have a new venue in which to pursue their crafts and exhibit their artistic talents. Further, this project and this facility will allow greater West Chester community to have the opportunity to see local performing artists do their thing, as well as watch visiting performers in classic cinema. The West Chester LLC, of which I am the member manager, in the past has provided capital to the West Chester Public Library for its renovation, and as well as several local businesses to achieve startup velocity. We are likewise privileged to be a part of the efforts to advance the cultural side of the continued development of our own town by providing some substantial funding to the acquisition of the facility. This is a perfect example of public-private partnerships that are so necessary in today's economic environment. I add my thanks today to Senator Dinniman for the public part of this partnership, to the West Chester LLC investors for providing the private capital to participate with this, but especially to Foster and her very talented and dedicated team from the Uptown Entertainment Alliance for their tireless pursuit of the dream.
The only thing I could say, sir, is we've always had a close working relationship with the community. Even though the units moved over to Salisbury Township and Parkersburg area, they'll still be serving Chester County for state active duty. And so there'll still be that relationship we've always had.
Well, we appreciate what you've done.
Bravo. Bravo.
I just think this is a wonderful opportunity for the community. As president of Borough Council, I know you have full support of everyone on council. We're very excited about this opportunity, and I just can't wait to be able to come here and watch movies, Julie, and plays, and song, and dance. And I can walk here. That's the most fabulous thing about it. No cars. It's very green. It's great for the future for West Chester. So I appreciate the work everyone has done. Thank you.
Thanks, Alex. Well, once again, we're just so happy about this. I think, my God, Borough Council actually unanimously likes
How do you
it.
like that?
I'm only teasing, of course. But beyond the tease, this is something everyone in this borough agrees on and can support, isn't it? I mean, many times people have come to me and said, we need a movie theater, we need a performing arts center. And West Chester University does a great deal, and we appreciate what they do, but we need something also in town. West Chester is an astounding place because within this 1.5 square miles is everything. And now we have what we were missing, the one thing we were missing. And so it will continue to be a destination, but most importantly, the arts so much add to our quality of life, to our understanding of who we are and what life is all about. And now we have a place where we can actually go here so that we can be introspective, think about our community, think about ourselves in relationship to that community, and together celebrate the human experience. And there's nothing better than that. So thank you all for being here.
Maybe make one comment, Senator.
Absolutely. Come on up, Jim.
Okay. I didn't dress you apart, but don't be coincidence, but my working title for the new theater is the Bravo Theater. I'm going to turn the corner from the Bravo Company and honor them with the new Bravo Theater right on this spot. Amen.
And what's going to happen, Jim, I think the next time we all gather here, the sooner the better, is to cut the ribbon, no? I mean, after the event. After the event. Then the next time after the party. And by the way, we hope the press will acknowledge that we have to raise a little more money, and we'll publicize this so that the good citizens of the borough and the surrounding areas can come to the event and add a little more income. I mean, Rich May and his group have been astounding what they've done for this community in terms of investments. Really get things done. We're just very appreciative. So once again, anyone else want to say anything? Any board member? Why don't the board members at least raise your hand so we can all give you a recognition? Okay. Well, thank you all very much.
That's the thing. They don't.
If any of the